Good morning, this is Luke Thomas, Holmquist here at the Earthquake Forecast Center, quakeprediction.com. It's 9:24 in the morning on Monday, January 17th, 2022. Monday, January 17th, 2022 at 9:24 in the morning. We have the earthquake forecast for California, Greece, Japan, and Alaska. We'll start with California. And you can see that each one of these peaks are producing a significant earthquake. 5.8 back on December 7th, 6.2 here on December 20th. This energy was transferred to the west side of the Pacific Plate. This 4.8 on this peak here in East Central California, 3.9 down near the Salton Sea on this one here. And this is the most current peak here. And the graph says it's going to be about a 4.1 to 4.2. And that's coming up. This peak is right on the 18th. So the quake should hit on the 17th, 18th, or 19th on either side of that, or right on the 18th, or today, tomorrow, or the 19th. That's when that peak is on the 18th. So it can hit a little early or a little late, but most likely on the 18th. I have a feeling it'll hit today. And here are the forecast maps here. This one is for today and tomorrow. Right here, the San Francisco Bay is the highest risk. And this one is another map of the same day, most likely on the 17th or 18th, right in this risk area here in San Francisco Bay is the highest risk. This one is the 18th and 19th, tomorrow and the 19th. The risk still in the San Francisco Bay. And then on the 19th and 20th, something different happens. The risk shifts to the area northwest of Los Angeles, southeast of San Francisco, right near Coalinga Parkfield area, San Simeon, that area. Also west of Bakersfield. So we'll see. We'll get to that eventually, but for now, looking for at least a 4.2, which is guaranteed to happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. The peak again is on the 18th, but today, tomorrow, or the 19th, we're looking for at least a 4.2 in the San Francisco Bay, and possible 5.0 or larger is possible in California, San Francisco Bay area on today, tomorrow, or the 19th, most likely. I think it's going to be hit on the 17th today, but the peak is on the 18th here. So we'll see. The graph has been pretty accurate, and we'll see what happens there. So look for a significant earthquake in the San Francisco Bay very soon. All right. Now in Greece, the risk is right here in north central Greece. And you can see you've been getting some quakes up in that area. Here's another 4.2, another 4.5 that hit in that warning area there, in the 98% risk there. So it's verifying the map here. Also, the 19th into the 20th, the risk shifts to southwestern Albania and far northwestern Greece. And you can see there's a small peak coming up on the 20th of January. So we'll watch for that, see if that risk gets higher or if it peaks there. Alaska, the risk is just north of the Anchorage area. Today and tomorrow. And then on the 18th and 19th, the risk is up here in central Alaska. 19th and 20th, the risk begins to fall apart there. Still pretty high in north central Alaska, northwestern Canada. But look at this. This is the peak that produced at 6.8 in southwest Alaska. And we're down here, a small peak, small risk. Overall risk across Alaska is small during the next 48 hours. So even though these risk areas are high, most likely they'll produce 3.0 to 4.0 quakes and should be nothing really strong. Japan is, the risk is in the north here, the 18th to 19th. And right now it's early in the morning on the 18th, I believe. 1 or 2 in the morning on the 18th. And so the risk still is in northern Japan. And then on the 19th and 20th, the risk moves to near Sendai and Morioka, and Fukushima. But the highest risk is on during the next 48 hours right up here in Akita, Aomori, Morioka, and Sapporo area. All right. Once again, in the San Francisco Bay. And we get, we have a 4.2 is almost guaranteed to happen in the San Francisco Bay Area, 4.2 earthquake. And a 5.0 is likely. So 4.2 is almost guaranteed to happen, and the 5.0 is definitely likely to happen in the area right here in the San Francisco Bay Area from San Jose to Oakland. That's where the highest risk seems to be centered, is right in the Oakland, San Francisco area. So we'll see. Looking for a strong earthquake, not really strong, but at least 4.2. And according to the graph here, it should be about a 4.1, 4.2 in the San Francisco Bay Area, but could be larger. Could be a larger earthquake. We'll have to wait and see. You look at this peak here. This peak here on the 5th produced a 4.8, which should have been up in this area. So it's pretty accurate as far as that goes, as far as the magnitude. This one here was originally a 4.2 and they downgraded to a 3.9. So the graph is pretty accurate. So it should be about a 4.2, but other data is pointing to a 5.0 in the San Francisco Bay. So we'll have to wait and see. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here today on January 17th. And we will be back after this earthquake hits in San Francisco Bay to give you an update. But otherwise, we will see you tomorrow on the 18th. And thanks so much for your support. And we will 187,000 followers on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Also 17 years of research. So we've been at it quite a while. And we're using more and more data, crunching more numbers to get a much better idea of what is happening and what variance from normal is happening in each of those California, Greece, Alaska, and Japan. And eventually, we will be adding other countries as well. But we're going to stick with those 4 areas for now. Thank you so much. And be prepared in San Francisco Bay for at least a 4.2 and a possible 5.0 in the San Francisco Bay during the next 48 hours. Thank you.